welcome to this afternoon's after school club. I am Ruth. I am showing you guys a little bit about world building. Now, this is Design Juniors. We focus on learning how to design various things, which is a lot based off of problem solving. So here we are making like worlds and characters later on for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Last week we figured out a genre, a medium, why, and what kind of people we're telling the story to. The story I came up with last week is like a sailor's space theme with like fishing for whales and fish, making magic with stars. There's some space or of a space ash. You read for people's histories with ash, like various things like that. Maybe I'll make a board game or a comic or something. And why am I doing it? Just for fun. And people, make it a very dreamy like story. And I made like a little whale with a person on it. That's like trying to fish. So today, also if you're just joining us, you can always chat with us on Facebook or Twitch. On Facebook, you can give suggestions what you're working on for your world in your story and such. So next thing we got to figure out is pitch. A pitch is just you sharing your idea for your story in a small little summary of your story. Like, keep it short, but don't tell the whole thing. People will be like, oh, what's your story about? Oh, it's about magical unicorns, raising magical unicorns for races and stuff. And they also like to have tea, stuff like that. With our stories, we got to think about, it doesn't have, like, the main event or a character. An event could happen, like something exploded or aliens came. And then after that, we need to think of what to do or problem to solve. So we need an event. I'm going right over here. I need an event. You need a problem to solve and a goal. Could be event or person is what we need. Problem solving is a lot with design here. So you can start, think about, again, your own ideas. You can, put them in comments and type it out on Twitch or Facebook and give me suggestions. But I'm thinking, what is it about? So this is about historians. I'm thinking it's going to be about historians. I'm not going to put it in my pitch yet. They're historians. Trying to document the history of the universe, but there's whales that eat stories. So people no one remembers what those stories and stuff. So the historians have to collect stars and stuff to rewrite their stories, or it doesn't have to be just whales, like some type of sea life that lives in space. Yeah. You don't have to go with that. Maybe that's just one idea there. You don't have to come up with just one idea. You can come up with lots of different ideas. Again, you can think of an event, person, a problem to solve, and what the goal is. So technically this third one here is the problem, and this is the goal. So I could think of another one where it's like young sailors, or last sailor, or it's the first day on the job, like sailor first day on job. I gotta think about a problem. You protect someone is stealing the space whales, and your goal is to find the space whales. So that's another one right there. Just the sailor's first day on the job. Someone's stealing space whales, and you gotta find them. Now I'm going to try to think of another story here with what ideas. So before I come up with the next one, what if you're having trouble trying to come up with ideas? What do you do? Well, in that case, you think of 10 things you want in your story. 10 things I want in my story. It could be based off other things, like what if I want lightsabers? Let me make this a little list here. Yeah, what if I want lightsabers in my story? Again, if you want to suggest something, you totally can on, messaging on Facebook. Well, commenting on this video on Facebook, or again on Twitch. But Twitch, you have to be 13 years and older to use to get up a grown-up sign in for you. Sorry, I have a little hiccups here. What's another thing I want in this story? Well, I kind of want space stuff, but also want rainbows in my story. I want talking animals in my story. What else do I want in my story? Do I want elves? No. I want aliens in my story. I've been reading a lot of sci-fi recently, so aliens have been on my mind. And sci-fi science fiction stories. What else do I want in my story? I want dancing flowers. It'd be kind of weird with my space story. This is my sailor space story. Where I'm just taking like ocean stuff but just applying to space instead. Kind of like Treasure Planet, I think it's called. Yeah. Dirigibles is what one suggests. Queen of the Dorks suggests. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, those things. Yeah, airships. It could make it like more steampunky, where it's like airships, steam power technology, and space. Could be, what else do I want in my story for coming up ideas? Do I want unicorns? Yes. I have unicorns. Space unicorns. People have glowing hair. Gotta have glowing hair. Crystals. Always gotta have crystals. When I was a kid, all my stories had crystals. For some strange reason. Just magical crystals that gave you power. Okay, so I got these ideas here. So I'm gonna make my third pitch based off these ideas. So you gotta think of an event, person, a problem to solve, and a goal. For your pitch. So, let's see here. I'm gonna do an eventer. And their goal is they dream to swim with the whales in space. So they gotta event something. They need to event space travel. So that's the third story here. They're space whales. They just dream and look up and see the space whales flying around. Because my, general idea is I have, like taking sea stuff and just applying it to space instead. And yeah, so I got an inventor. They dream to swim. They dream about dreams. They dream to swim with the whales in space. They need to invent space travel because there's no space travel yet. So it's kind of like the first to space, 1950s space program, but with some magical creatures flying around. I'm going to make it, space travel, so they're going to probably make an airship of some sorts. My other one is, sailor, the first day of the job, someone's stealing space whales, gotta find the space whales. Then I got my other one was historians. They're trying to document the history of the universe. They're sea life that lives in space and eats stories. So they gotta extract the stories from the whales to record history. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you just come up with a few ideas. You can share yours for the ideas you got. I'm gonna, start going on to the next part here. But yeah, you can list things you like and give me an event or a person, problem solve, and a goal. Don't have to do that order. The next thing here, I'm going to show you guys about more world building stuff. Yeah, kind of doing this in mixed order of, mixing up character design and world building. So, world build. Next part will be world stuff. Boop. So it's really good to have, a lot of things designed in the world, even if it's not in your story. So when a character talks about something small, you have like a little world about it. Hey, so Queen of the Dorks says Captain Tallulah Jones, hopefully that's right, and her co-pilot Commander Mr. Dog are aboard their dirigible, the Space Unicorn. When a distress call comes in, now they must race against time to save the space whales from glowing crystals bent on galactic domination. Okay, I like that. The space whales are gonna take over the universe. No, they're saving the space whales from the glowing crystals. The glowing crystals are sentient. I like that idea. Or maybe they're not sentient. Maybe they're just, about to do something and you gotta stop them. I like that. Commander Mr. Dog. Is this a dog that stands on 2 legs or on 4 legs? Are they do they have a little hat? A space captain hat? Be great. Talks at least. Yes. It's a talking dog. Have to have a talking dog. Of course. Yeah, today I learned what these little balloons are called. I just always call them air balloon ships. Okay, so yeah, the next part here, we gotta start building our world here. Think about what kind of plants are there? What kind of animals are there gonna be? People. People could be a subcategory of animals too. And then there's even more subcategories of that with races, ethnicity. Oops. Okay, good. Subcategory of that. But you don't have to think, too much about it if you want to keep it simple. You also have to think about, beliefs. What they believe in / religion. This how the world works, magic rules. People are limited on their magic powers. They only can use the crystals 2 times or 3 times or stuff like that. And you also have to think, is it fantasy or science? Honestly, science fiction is still fantasy, magical and stuff. It's just it's more tech-based. There's an explanation for this stuff. And there's some science fictions out there that really take what they discovered so far and bend it some way. Another thing you got to think about: plants, animals, people, ethnicity within that subcategory of that. Beliefs, religion, magic rules. Honestly, magic rules is a subcategory of fantasy. There. Let's see here. There's another one. I have to look at my list that I made. Oh yeah, society. Are they everyone living in one space? So a bunch of different countries. I'm gonna do places. There we go. Places. That's another way. I'm trying to keep it, simple. So places. What kind of places are there? And culture. Let's see. Within culture, I was to say what's their achievements? What have they done? What they do? What do they do? It's another way to go. So what people do. And when you have multiple cultures, there's some groups do this, eat this food, and this other group of people eat this other food and think the food from the other place is disgusting. Traditions would be another way. You can't spell today. Here we go. Stuff like that. So you gotta come up with all this stuff here. And then beyond that, if you want to get detailed, you gotta think about languages, dialects, gotta think about naming, like how they name people. So like names, like what are common names around for different, like these multiple different cultures. You got to think of different names for each of the cultures. So it depends how complex you want to get. Like how many different things you want to design here. And then after you do all that, you can finally get into maps and stuff. Unless you want to build maps. You don't have to do the order I'm presenting it at. You can totally like start with a map first and then start building your world, or then create a character and all this stuff. Just depends on your workflow. So I'm going to start with plants. What kind of plants do I want? If I have no idea what kind of plants I could have, I can always just look up unique plants. A lot of like world building is just looking a bunch of stuff up and being inspired. So unique plants. Oh, that's kind of cool looking. It's like an eyeball plant. This one looks like lips. There's the fly trap that eats things. I also got to think, you know, with plants, like the food people would eat. If I'm not sure of giving a name, I can also draw a picture of what that I want that plant to look like for the different stuff. So you can always draw pictures too. If you want to go on that. Carnivorous plants. Yes, we're going to have carnivorous plants. There we go. I'm going to make a little... Gotta have some carnivorous plants. I have to figure out what kind of animals and stuff they eat. You can think about, like, again, if you want to draw inspiration from other things. Like Mario has, like, these little... like piranha eating plants. They eat Mario and spit them out. Sometimes they shoot fireballs. Stuff like that. I'm thinking like sentient trees. Yes, sentient trees. So talking trees. I can also put that under animal. They're like sentient talking people trees. You can also mix and match these categories too. And of course you can define animals and people different ways too within your own story. I'm also thinking like maybe plants that grow gears or like metals. You know, like I'm thinking like for an invention story here. Like instead of, you know, like coming from rock, it's coming from like you put plants instead. Maybe. That's another thing actually I can add to here. Is not just animals and stuff, but like the geology. You can also just, you know, describe it as land. Like what kind of lands are there? I gotta have a cloud land. Gotta have cloud land. Gotta have a rainbow area, a rainbow crystal area. A lot of the land is space. I'm thinking that instead of planets, these are like bubble biomes. Like the little bubbles of land you see inside. And it's got like a layer of water around all of them. Now to get your creative juices going, water surface around bubbles. And instead of like it being like another planet, it's like a bubble. And then like everything is flat earth. Like a flat places of land and like these little biomes is what I'm thinking here. Yeah, that's really getting things. And all these like bubble biomes of different stuff. And then there's these whales and octopus and squids and a lot of this stuff is inspiration of sea animals. So I'm going to look up sea animals next. Oh, I should also look up sea plants. And, oh yeah, there's also stars. Ooh, the stars are the crystals. Okay, sea animals here. Big ones. Angular fish. Yes, angular fish. Gotta have the big ol' angular fish. And angular fish. Ooh, and that little light bulb part could be like a star. It's not really a light bulb, but I'm gonna call it light bulb part is a star or sun. It's a sun. They're carrying a little sun around, and they have to be giant because, you know, they're carrying a sun. I'm gonna think about all these different sea creatures. Again, I'm just using images here. Dolphins. Oh, seals. And I have seals. I kind of just want normal animals for space, because when you think about space, a lot of people have like alien, weird-looking creatures and stuff. Of course, I find those really creative, but I want to have just like, you know, from our point of view, like really normal space animals. Oh, that's the plants. Yeah, you just definitely look at pictures, or if you have any books, you know, around, any picture books with cool stuff in it, you know, always open them. Yeah. Oh yeah, Queen of Dorks said over here, they want anglerfish. It's gotta be big ones. Big, giant anglerfish is what they said earlier. Forgot to include that. Okay, jellyfish are always weird looking to me. I kind of want to exclude jellyfish just because they're weird looking, but they're also really cool. Jellyfish are cool. The Henley Dory Zoo has some really cool jellyfish. Okay. Let's see here. There's those like, it's not a lot, it's a shrimp that can see a lot of color. Like they can see the most colors. The Manta Shrimp, that's what it is. Just thinking about those. Kind of cool looking. They kind of look alien to us when you look at them too. So I don't know if I want to include them, but I want an animal kind of like it. Maybe like I can also combine animals maybe. I want to combine this with, I can also look up deep sea animals. There's a lot of weird deep sea animals. A lot of them are like transparent. There's these like, and some of them look scary too. Oh, fun thing about the blobfish here, that's actually not what it looks like. That's actually the rockfish. I have to look up the rockfish. But what happens is that if they get pulled up too fast, it hurts them. So this right here was an unfortunate mistake there. A lot of people thought that's how the fish looks, but no, it's not. I think it's this. No, yeah. Again, like a lot of times when we're looking through these, they kind of look freaky and scary. So I don't know if I want to include. They want like, I don't know. I wouldn't say peaceful. Like I want to make normal animals, but they're not peaceful. Like maybe, you know, not include deep sea. I also think about different things. Oh, I have to have axolotls. I have to have axolotls. Axolotls, I think is what they're called. Oh, and the Dumbo octopus. I have to have the Dumbo octopus. Have to have that Dumbo octopus. There we go. Dumbo octopus. What was the other thing I said? Axolotl. I can never remember how to spell. There we go. Those are great. I love them. Oh, I need seahorses. And maybe the seahorses, like, they have a habit of attaching themselves to ships. So that could be a hazard, but then you have to, like, figure out how to get the seahorse to let you go. Or maybe, like, you use them for rides. Maybe they're the ones that are, like, flying around space carrying airships. Just an idea. It doesn't have to be official, but maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I got a lot of animals here. I need more plants. Of course, I can add, like, a lot more animals, but I need to go back to plants. So, I'm thinking, endless tall plants. Plants that go on forever. Kind of like vines in space. But, you know, since we never found the edge of space, you can have, like, just vines that just go on forever and stuff. Could have, like, biome holding trees. Maybe these, like, giant space trees have, like, little biomes for the different places. And there's, like, little, you know, spaceships that go around between them and trade and stuff. But the thing is, I also want to think about space. Like, there's a lot of vast empty spaces too. But I also think about, I want, like, giant dandelions too. But like the seeds. Oops. Oh, come on. Yeah, I had it. Okay. Their seeds fly around in empty space. Yeah. Oh, land. There's also asteroids. Of course we'll keep asteroids. Asteroids, galaxies, nebulas. No planets. Everything's gonna be like those little biome bubbles. There's suns. Yep. Different stuff like that. There you go. Here, maybe 2 more plates, but now I'm looking down here, there's like nothing else in these other categories. But yeah, you guys can just keep working through these categories and list some things down you want to have in your world. That's pretty cool. So, let's see, people. I'm gonna put lots of different aliens. Lots of different peoples. Aliens. There's gonna be the tree. Ooh, we can combine the talking trees to those like world trees. Talking trees are world trees. I don't know if I want to kind of make them really dumb. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, let's make all wise trees. I'm gonna make them dumb. And people teach them stuff. And they just kind of like, maybe they're like 10-year-olds personality, like no toddler personality. We have to be careful. Make sure it doesn't fling off other biomes off the trees. The maturity level. That's not mature. Like 5-year-olds. Like a kid brother or something. Let's see. Also different. I'm gonna make like 6. This one, that would be hard. Like, if I don't want to do too much, I can keep it like for main. I don't want to say main races, like for like most populous races. 4 big races. I could go, humans. Make it easy for myself. There's always humans from Earth. Except Earth biome. I'm gonna just call it Earth biome. Or Earth tree. And then I'm gonna stay away from sea animals. I can look up unique animals. Maybe get some ideas. Oh, that's a cute moth. For different people. Let's see. Oh, I should make star crystal people. Crystal / nova gas people. Let's see here. I can like look at different things around me. Can think about my favorite book or something. Make something based off that. Could be bird people. I like that cat there. I'm gonna have some type of cat people. Like cat and dog people. I'm gonna think about a 4th big popular race. Like there's gonna be more than 4, but like there's gonna be like 4 main like huge population kind. They also have like a lot of resource and power. And like have their own governments. Oh, governments is another category, but you guys don't have to worry about that much for the older group. I told them to think about governments. But yeah, think about who rules, like what rules all the bunch of different people and stuff like that. It is still important. Depends if you want to go there in your story. You can also think like Star Trek and get inspiration from that. Kind of like the idea of a chameleon, like some type of shape-shifting. But then I have to explore this issue. Again, this might be a little bit more, but the issue of like who to trust with shapeshifters and stuff like that. For the older siblings here, like I'm gonna be talking a little bit about hero's journey and character archetypes a little bit later. There's a character archetype that's always called the shapeshifter. That's always the person that betrays someone. Yeah. So, just kind of looking through here. Gonna have turtles. Oh, that's cute, adorable. Oh, keep more cute fox. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, the cute kitty. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I got an animal, like one, a rock type one. Maybe I can do like a plant people. But the tree people are kind of like a less popular, like less population-wise race. Man, I'm having hard time thinking about another one. But maybe, trying to think of different matters we have around. I want it like maybe the cat and dogs are like small, and maybe like there's another race that's giant. Oh, that's cool. Oh, maybe I can do something like that, like this dragon noodle kind of race. I don't know what to call it for now, but like the dragon / noodle / fox / deer people. Forgot the name of that type of dragon. They're like usually kittens is what they usually are. I'm getting a lot of My Little Pony stuff instead. And I kind of want them to stay on all fours too. Trying to remember what a killin is exactly. Mythical hued chimera. What is it mixed with? I know there's also like an animal that's mixed with a goat and the fish. I'm trying to remember, it's a family of one-horned beasts. What is it mixed with? Oh, apparently apparently there's giraffe kittens too. That's cool. It's Chinese like dragon mixed with either scaled or ox or deer. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna call it the Kirin people. I'm used to it spelled that way, but the actual old spelling is this. So I think that's cool. Yeah. So I don't have enough time to finish the rest of these, but I'm going to go over. So what you want to do is to come up with 10 things you want in your story, and then come up with an event or person, a problem to solve, or a goal for your story within your world. And after that, you can build your world based off that little pitch. You don't have to do it in the order but I presented, but based off that, you can, figure out your plants, the animals, the geology or lands that are there, the people. And you go into, like, I guess ethnicity is what these 4 big races are. We'll go into that category, what they believe in. And you also have to think about what each group believes in and how many groups are within each group. You don't, like, you can go super, super detailed or just a little detailed. It's up to you how much effort you want to put in this. You want to think about, is it like science-y or fantasy, magical-y, or a mixture of both, or something completely different than it is, like an urban type of like real life on Earth thing. What the rules, how the magic works or the science works, what powers it, like, are there limitations? And after that, you gotta, break down this group even more with like the places, societies and stuff. What do they do and the cultures, what are the traditions and stuff and namings and all this other stuff. So next week, we're going to look into making maps and creating characters. But thank you very much for joining me today. If you come up with any cool ideas for your worlds, let me know. And yeah, have a good afternoon, everyone.